9:11 a.m. October 28, 2022. Third thought on intellect. Philosophically positive.
You can say what I say, or say what you want to say, but being philosophically positive should be our 10th thought but third on intellect, so we cover it in this lecture. We can't belittle our self-esteem nor think of others more deserving than ourselves of the bounties this world has to offer, because we are all here temporarily where tomorrow is not promised. We can't think our success somehow hinders in others, when it could only encourage future magnified achievement. As good begets good, we don't have time to consider evil's ability to beget its like in kind, because if we only interact with those who are supportive, we'll be shielded from negativity altogether. Remaining positive for some may be challengingly difficult, but those in our #SkullOffBlackGirlMagic stay positive only thinking of brighter tomorrows. As there is no such thing as psychological motivation, when there is philosophical persuasion, there is no such thing as a detrimental philosophy, only alternate logic. We can't mistake technological advancements in science and others' greater economic magnitude to discourage our ability to satisfy those in our market. Sure, only from the ranks of the alternate come the hearts of rebels, but if there is an issue with one, there is an issue with more. Mindfully, without an alternate there would be no democracy. Without democracy, those with detrimental attitudes would be called warlocks or witches, but believing we are right comes with a positive attitude that everything will turn out beneficial. Our third thought on intellect reinforces being philosophically positive where knowledge of morality translates to belief. Change is brought with a rational approach and the present is a consequence of positive behavior.
Thirdly, concerning intellect, we cover being philosophically positive where knowledge of morality translates to belief of ethical goodness. For the most part, being philosophically positive is an oxymoron where philosophical signifies something done positively and vice versa. When we start with good intentions, we are bound to triumph over those with such less so. Yes, there may be more darkness than light, but light comes from within as well. That fire inside us that wakes us up and sets us to our daily appointments also stops us to smell the beauty of flowers in bloom and distribute them to those in need. They say, bah, humbug, and ask, who needs flowers, when no one in their right minds would say such. As all art attempts to depict some type of beauty, flowers seem to have a purely aesthetic value, as are philosophies of those taught black girl magic. There is no art without thought, and no thought without philosophy, where the implementation on thought is always beneficial, but it shows when attitudes don't reflect the rewards of positive motivation. With negative motivation there is no thought and consequently no philosophy, as emotion controls the mind where, even if someone overpowered another, a physical victory would only mean mental inferiority. As the first drawn to negative emotion is considered to have lost the battle, maintaining a positive mindset ensures we will win any war. Why? Because it doesn't matter how others feel concerning us. It only matters how we feel about ourselves, because if we allow another to get us down, where is the hope for the world? Concerning intellect, we, under being philosophically positive, cover coping with change as considered from a rational approach. We know change is inevitable, but so too is the need to document the present as effectively and perhaps even as uniform as possible as the foundation of how new assumptions were nurtured. We are not expecting future generations to do the same things that we do, but the least they can do is keep a record of how profitable their effect on the earth is. We know they won't just walk the earth with no vertical motivation, so digging a hole, building a bridge, or shooting off to the moon, there is nothing that hadn't been told to another in whom comfort was found. They say, well, what are you talking about? Change only happens on a platform with a solid foundation. Change is not the large-scale distribution of value to a community where some profit more so than the masses. It has always been those who buy wholesale and sell retail, but only with time or war does change not end up being a trend. Intellect is as well visual as we display a certain aura of being philosophically positive where enjoying the consequences of positive behavior. We know, when we are blessed. What's the difference between a smile and a frown? If we think about it, the only thing that matters is our spiritual health, because if we don't recognize the magnificence in ourselves, no one else will either. We aren't here to necessarily uplift the depressed, but more so boost those on an upward path toward achievement. Well, because we can't be good at doing something bad. A burglar gets lucky a couple of times, a few or even several, but even if they are successful, that's no life to live, and time tends to subdue unlawful behavior. Not that we smile a fake smile, but we just wish the best on others we encounter in the world and hope our facade, whether or not we are as spirited, can brighten another's day. If we only reach one, the light we share today will live on, and tomorrow won't be so dim. No, we can never have enough of the light that is shared by the human spirit, but neither could we ever reach our full potential. Our time is now. Let's make this time our best.
Being philosophically positive, our third thought on intellect explains where knowledge of morality translates to belief. Change is brought with a rational approach and the present is a consequence of positive behavior. We must believe we are right or this whole thing will crumble, and being so we consequently think ourselves ethically good, because wanting what is best for ourselves, we wish the same on the world. With change being inevitable, we prepare ourselves for the future by documenting the present foundation to which change is indebted. Some only walk the earth with no motivation for vertical movement, so often change is more of a trend. In our #SkullOffBlackGirlMagic, our philosophy promotes positive thoughts leading to behavior likewise, as the consequence is reflected on the community.
Thank you for your time and attention.